The man was running. He was trying to run away, but it was a rather vain attempt. I almost laughed as he tried to run. People always tried to run from me. In fact, I began to enjoy it. I always imagined myself to be, the lioness, strong, fierce, and proud, protective of my family. And they were a helpless, sickly deer. Easy dinner. Not that I would ever venture into cannibalism. I have my standards. He wasn't very fast, and his breath came in deep groans, but I let him go on. For now, anyways. He was panting on exercise equipment that looked new, just dusty. Obviously, the exercise equipment was bought as a sort of revolution to exercise, but never quite doing it. A New Year's resolution, perhaps. There was a reason I never made those. I leaned against the opposite side of the machine, where all the dials were, and fixed my eyes on his sweaty face. He wasn't unsightly, and he was reasonably young, even as a sweaty mess. This made this whole situation just that much worse. Too bad he had to die. He would have been a nice boyfriend.
Why are you doing this?
He panted, wiping the sweat that was leaking down his forehead. His eyes were probably burning too. He blinked rapidly, attempting to look me in the eye. I laughed before I replied. Boredom, mostly. Secondly, you're the scum on the face of the earth. I sighed dramatically. You're slowing down again, Mr. Brown. Shall we stop? I asked brightly, straightening up. I had my hands over the dials.
No!
He shrieked, picking up the pace. I pressed the button anyways, causing the treadmill to go faster. He ran faster. He didn't have much of a choice.
What is it you want?
He was trying to yell at me, but his breath was stolen. He wouldn't last long. He was lasting longer than I thought he would, though. I shouldn't be surprised. He did go to the gym. A ham, I answered. Wait, no. I hate meat. I want cheese.
I can get you all the cheese you want.
He shrieked out in desperation. You know what? Humans fascinated me. They truly did. Perhaps I'm not of this earth, but I'm not utterly terrified of death like they were. They offered me everything my heart could possibly desire in order to escape death. Too bad for them, though. Either I had no heart, or my heart just desired for them to die. Death was another thing that fascinated me. What was beyond? No one knew. At least, no one I knew did. And I wanted to know, so experiencing death to sate my morbid curiosity of what lied beyond wasn't all that bad in my mind. You actually thought I was serious? I laughed, stepping away from him and settling down on a sickly brown couch opposite him. You're pathetic, dude. The drug smuggler had a series of sharp objects pointed at several places on his back, so if he dared to slow down, his organs would be skewered. It was usually a bloody mess, too. I had never done this before, pointing knives at vital organs that was, but I assumed it would be bloody. Of course, the objective of this game was for exactly that to happen, but I could let him hold on to his precious life for another few seconds.
What do you want from me?
He shrieked in an embarrassingly girly voice, his steps faltering slightly, but he found his footing and kept going.
When do I stop?
I want you to die, and when you're ready to die, you may stop, I said, crossing my legs and leaning back. You already confessed to smuggling drugs. Now what I want from you is the boss man. Who is he? I wished I could take a picture to savor this moment forever. This moment of true, unadulterated horror on his face as he realized he had lost. I watched the shock unfold when he saw that he hadn't a chance to begin with, when the realization dawned that I had played him. This was the moment I loved. But taking a picture was too dangerous. Trophies were too dangerous to keep.
I'm not gonna tell you if you want me to die anyway.
He spat at me. This was the moment of giving in, but clinging to a thin piece of hope that help would come. I gave a smile. That was what I was hoping he'd say. I got up again and stopped in front of the machine. Pity, Well, any last words? I asked. I'm not going to offer you a last meal, I'm afraid, seeing as I am a horrible cook, but now would be the time for one good, witty one-liner. He said nothing, just scowled at me. Another picture-perfect moment. It didn't fit his handsome face, really. Pity. I slammed down the switch, and the machine shook to a standstill. He reversed into the knives violently, the knives piercing deliciously into his tan skin, and his body stilled. He was dead instantly.